It's only around midnight, so I'm sure I'm going to be going back to bed. I haven't been up since 10:30. And then sometimes I'll be laying there, I'll be like, oh God, what time is it going to be? And then I'm thinking, oh, 11:30 probably. God dang, it's still so early. And then I get up and it's 10:30. I was like, oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable. I don't know why I've been so uncomfortable lately. And then, I don't know, it could be all this processed food, not just processed food. Let me think, because I don't know, I've just eaten more chips because it made nachos, but I was making nachos before, but there was still some stuff I was just cooking from scratch more, like my cookies in the morning. And now, there's biscotti, no telling what it has in it. It's from Costco. It's so good, but all the stuff they make that is so good is just full of poison. But I was getting those Danishes and stuff from Costco. I don't know. I keep trying to figure out, like, what is making me so uncomfortable? Like, maybe it's just sleeping on the hard ground. Like, maybe it's starting to get to me in the outdoor chair to sit in. So, I don't know. But it's temporary. So, but anyways, I went to bed, though. It was really early. It was like 5 o'clock. I went and laid down. And so then 5 hours later to get up, like, that's fine. My sleep thing is just weird again. And so then probably, like, last night I went back to bed after I finished. I think I went back and laid back down from like 4 to 6 or 6:30 or something. Maybe that's just easier, just little bits of time, than to try and lay there for 9 hours. Like, I keep tossing and turning, and I swear to God, every time I'll turn one direction, a dog will just go up and squish me in on that side. And then it's like I'm trying to turn back over, and then the other one squishes me on this side. So pretty soon I can't even move. I'm just in there like, ugh. So anyways, oh yeah, and I had talked to my neighbor yesterday, so she got my stuff, and so she has it in a box, so I feel so much better. Because then either, she's like, I don't know how I'm going to send it, though. Like, I haven't figured that out. And the weather's bad over there. So anyways, I was like, well, as long as you have it, I'm not that worried. Because, I could drive over there. I could even have her give it to her ex because he's closer to Seattle. And I could zip over there after going to Yakima at some point and go. But, anything can change at any moment. Like, everything can change. And so all of a sudden, certain areas can be gone. And one thing too, like they said about that plane from Alaska that had flown, and then it just disappeared off radar. And now they're saying, oh, they found it. But as soon as I saw them say they found it, I was like, you know what? This is, of course, what they would say. Because then they just want us to just not think about it anymore. Just go away. And then people were like, yeah, but there was footage. They're always got footage. What about the weird submarine thing? Like, they've always got footage of something. And then if you go and you start doing these backwards searches or whatever on pictures, you start finding out, oh, they're using pictures from 10 years ago. So just because they show pictures and tell us that, oh, yeah, we found it, that doesn't mean that I think so. Like, I don't know. Bermuda Triangle, back when I was younger, there was a lot of stuff that was disappearing and stuff. There was planes that would disappear. And I don't know, they could still be going on and they just don't mention it to us. Maybe it's over there, or maybe they just don't fly through the Bermuda Triangle anymore. But with the pole shift and all the energy shifting, it's opening up different portals. So places that may not have had portals and stuff, well, there's portals all over the place. But anyways, they're shifting. And so I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, I don't know. If you're not there and you're not a part of it, and there's even people who are in places and a part of it, and they still are getting tricked. Like, I don't know. To me, it just is like anything's possible. Yeah, it's possible they could have found it, but it's also possible that they didn't, and they're just saying they did. So, I don't know. All I can say is that there's lots and lots of weird stuff. Like, this world is just weird. Oh, one thing too. So Elon keeps showing like all this misspending and stuff that the government has done with the money, the taxpayer money, and how it's a bunch of bullshit. And to me, it seems like, we all need to come together and say, hey, give us our money back. But there's still so many people who are just like outraged. They don't trust him. He's got all his stupid little kids in there, and they're trying to go through our stuff and all this, like the weirdest stuff that these people say. I don't know what they listen to. I mean, they must listen to like these Elizabeth Warrens and Schumers and Shifties and all those people. But Newsom now, he's come out to say, oh, we're going to rebuild, but we got to rebuild going with climate change, because he's got put towards a 15-minute. So they're all just full of shit, is the thing. But there was something else I was going to say in there. Okay, so the people... Oh, because Elon now, he is going to spend $40 million bucks of his own money to put 5 commercials on during Super Bowl. If that doesn't show you how fucking shallow this world is, like, you got to get them on a commercial break. You got to say it, and then probably, well, that's the thing about the Super Bowl commercials, is most people will sit and watch the Super Bowl commercials, but it's also, there's some people will be getting up to go to the bathroom and get a beer and get some more dip and stuff. Because it's just this mindless party, and they take this game serious, and it's all pre-coordinated over who's going to win, who's getting the money, all of this stuff. And it's just all shenanigans and charades, and people just glue in. But I was like, man, that just shows how shallow this world is. Like, you got to get them on a commercial break to tell them, like, the government is screwing you over and stealing your money. Like, come on, what is wrong with these people? I'm like, I know it's mind control and programming and all of that, and propaganda. Like, they definitely mislead people. But also, the people need to kind of wake up and question things more out of their own soul. Like, so, but yesterday I went to go down, because the weather was just turning crappier and crappier. And I was like, crap, if it just keeps snowing, I'm not going to be able to get out of here. So I was just like, man, I'm just going to go in the morning. So I only had the one video to download. And then this morning she can't go to church because the road situation. I was out there yesterday, freaking, what is that called? Snow shoveling this fucking driveway thing. I couldn't do the whole thing. I was trying to do tracks going up to knock the ice and stuff. So, because when I went, and I was tense. It's like fucking ice rink to get up there. But she said that they do throw sand on it. So I was like, okay, it's not just slick ice. There's like a little tension in there. So I got up that massive hill. It was still like, fuck, I gotta get back down that hill, man. And once I got up on the road, then the roads were totally clear. And so I got into town, did my errands, the one video downloaded pretty quick, and then turned around and came back. And when I started coming back, it was like turning blizzard. And I was like, crap. I didn't know how bad it was going to be here, because it's always a little worse here. And so then drove back and got down the hill, and I was just like creeping down, because it's just like, man, you lose control. I'd be like, oh my God, where was I? I did lose control. Oh, going around one turn. Then I lost control where the car started. When the car starts going like that, starts going out from under you, you just got to take your foot off of the, don't put on the brakes. You just take your foot off the gas and just let the car just kind of peter out. If you put on the brakes, it only intensifies the spin. And so some people don't know that, or you find out the first time you do it. And then somebody tells you, oh, you never put on the brakes, because that can be scary. So anyways, it just kind of started going, kind of fishtailing and going kind of crazy. I let off, and then it kind of just settled, and then I went, but then I could not get up her driveway at all. I started going, and it got up like, long, long thing, and I got up like this much, and it just started spinning and spinning, and I started going backwards. And even when I put the emergency brake on, it still kept going backwards. I was like, fuck, man. I had that happen one time when I was taking my kids to school, because the hill to get up to their school, because they went, when they were little, they went to this little white schoolhouse. It was the cutest little thing. There was only like 68 kids in the whole thing. And so it was like exclusive, like private school or something, but it was just this little schoolhouse. And we just happened to live in this area. It was called Orchard Prairie, and they had their own little school and their own little district and stuff. So anyways, I bet you had to go up this hill to get to it, and it was like this particular bad snowstorm. And so I was going up the hill, and then it just started going down the hill, down the hill, down the hill, down the hill. But the scary thing is at the bottom of the hill is a road that people just speed. It's like the craziest road. And that's the one where people were getting wrecks all the time, like on our road and stuff. And so I was sliding backwards into that. Oh my God, that scared the crap out of me. I don't even remember how I got my car to stop, but that was scary as shit. But I also had another time, and I've told that story before, when my brakes went out. That is scary too, trying to get your car to stop when your brakes go out and you have no idea what to do. And now I know you shift down. You got to shift down, and it will keep going. Even if on my car though, it only has drive. There's no lower gear. But if you have a lower gear, you want to shift down if it's an automatic. But anyways, that was scary, and I ended up hitting into a big pole thing with that. And it was a 65 Mustang, and it was metal, so like totaled the car. Sucked. I really liked that car. But that's when my dad came, and he got another one, and then he put the two together and he made me another one. Then I got in a wreck with that one. Those two cars, I liked them so much that I almost felt like the universe was punishing me for having something that I liked so much. I don't know, it was very weird. But anyways, the one of the things I want to say, so I went into town, and then couldn't get up the driveway. I went out there and shoveled it, finally got up, so I got my car up here. And but anyways, I don't know what the weather's gonna bring now over. So it's going to be, when I can go download, is going to have to do with the weather and getting in and out of, being able to get in and out of here. So I'm thinking not today, and I'll see about Monday. And that you guys won't even know this. When you get this, and it's like I'm talking about it. But anyways, so it would either be Monday or Tuesday morning probably, and then I'll go download these ones, and hopefully the Starlink gets here sooner. But anyways, this was so weird to me yesterday. So I went into town, and and when I was at the grocery store, in the little section where they had some marked down stuff, there was some kombuchas, and so I got some different ones and tried them. And there was one that was marked down to 99 cents, and it was really good. I drank it when I got home, and it was Lady Apple or something. And I was like, man, that was good for 99 cents. I'm going to go tomorrow when I'm in town and get some more of those. They were all gone. It's like sometimes when you're going to jump on one of those deals, you got to do it right then and take your chance. Like, it might not be good, it might be good. But I got a couple of other ones. But anyways, so I grabbed my kombuchas, and I go up. I got the dog swarm meat sticks. And then I went up to the, to pay. And so I'm behind another woman, and she's paying. And then she's at the end of the thing, putting her stuff in the groceries. And I'm standing there, and she goes, oh, we have the same hair thing, because she had the same part of hers that was gray, like this. And then her hair was all brown, how mine looks like it's brown. But so her hair was brown, and then she had these white parts. And so I don't know. I cannot not be myself. And even if people think it's weird. And so she goes, well, we have the same hair or something like that. And I said, well, I used to have way more. It used to be going way back here and stuff, but it's a mineral deficiency. And so I've been taking copper and magnesium and iron. And then she's just like weirded out, like she doesn't even know what the fuck to say. And the cashier girl, she wanted in on it. So she starts saying, well, I love I love silver hair. I love gray hair. And then I'm like, yeah, well, it's a mineral deficiency. And then the lady at the end, she's just like, oh, well, you know, I mean, it's just a part of aging. So, and then the cash register lady's like, yeah, and people deserve to age. Like, if you have gray hair, you deserve to have gray hair. And you've worked hard. And aging is, you know, like a right. Like, everybody deserves to get to age. And I'm like, yeah, but aging's not real. And they're just like, what? And I'm like, aging isn't real. It's made up. It's a mineral deficiency. And the lady behind the counter, she was like not having it. She's like every fucking person here. And she was a little, you know, she was a little round. And I was thinking, she probably, you know, there's a lot of people looking for that excuse, looking for that thing of like, I don't have to take care of myself anymore. I'm old. And, you know, it's a way out. It's a way of like, fuck, it's too much, man. I don't want to have to eat right and exercise and have a good attitude. I don't want to have a healthy lifestyle. I just want to have fun. And so, or indulge or whatever. And so they think it's like a birthright to age. Okay, well, that's the two different paths that we can take. Like, because to me, especially because it's been a part of my journey, is to see like aging is made up. It's not real, and it's a succumbing to the surrendering your health. And but the woman, yeah, the cash register lady, she was like going to town on it. Like, man, she's telling me, you know, everybody deserves to age and gray hair is beautiful. Like, I said, I'm not saying it's not beautiful. Like, women who have gray hair, they're always saying how beautiful it is and all this stuff. And I said, then next they have the osteoporosis. And the woman at the end, she's like, I've got the osteoporosis. And I'm like, yeah, because it's a mineral deficiency. Like, and she's like, well, you know, she keeps like, she can't wrap her head around it. She just keeps saying these odd things and stuff. Like, well, you know, I mean, we're all going to age. We're all going to get old. And she had some, what is that, more pronounced kind of lines on her face, which then I'm thinking, and I have no idea how old she was, not at all. And then I'm thinking that too is a lack of collagen, which is an iron depletion with the magnesium and the copper. And it's so crazy is too, is I told those people at the guy, I'm not just making this stuff up. Like, you could look it up. Like, God, I'm not just making shit up. And, but that's the thing. You know, like I've seen that doctor, I was sharing his video. Like, there's doctors out there. Like, if you need an MD to tell you this stuff is real, there's some out there that say if you have white or gray hair, it's a copper deficiency. And you need to, and then you can be explained about the iron, the copper, the magnesium, and how they have to work together, because it's like a domino effect. If you don't have enough iron, then it can't push down to knock over the magnesium or the copper because it doesn't have enough. And so your thing's out of whack. So you need to be taking in more iron, because then it knocks into the copper, which increases the collagen. And so it's not just you take the copper and it increases the collagen. You have to do the iron too, because it plays a part. And then there's people who, you know, they want to take iron supplements and stuff. And people say, well, you can take too many. Well, the problem from what the doctors are saying is that it is it's hard to absorb. You don't absorb the iron right when you take it in pills and stuff. That's why I'm always saying what you want to do, everything is natural, natural, natural. You want to just cook your food in cast iron so the iron secretes into the food as it's cooking, and then you eat the food, and then the food has a higher state of minerals to absorb into your body. And so it's more natural to how your body needs to absorb than to take a capsule or something filled with that stuff. Our body's not meant to be like that. And it's meant to absorb it in different way. And so that's why to me is, like there's people who think like, well, you just take copper supplements. Well, why not just drink water that's been sitting in a copper cup and absorb the water that has the copper in it? So, and now I've been doing that. It's a rusty looking little fish too. Like sometimes I look in there and it's like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it'd be healthy, but I swear to God, it is, it makes you healthier. And, but, I'm not, like, as if somebody would do that and then have a reaction or something, like, we're all different. Like, you got to figure out what works for you. You got to, everything has got to come from you as the center of all things. Like, you have to figure your stuff out. And, people are just, I don't know, they're just resistant followers kind of and super shallow. That's what this world has been created around or something. And so anyways, all the people, well, not all the people, I can't generalize like that, but oftentimes most of the people I talk to, the highest majority, I don't know that I've found anybody. Well, I guess I have found, like, my mom listens about the copper and stuff more and the iron. But, you start trying to tell people out there, and they're so resistant. People want to have that out. They want to be able to say aging is real. They want to be able to be sickly and overweight and stuff. It's like part of the thing to them. It's like, but it doesn't have to be. All this stuff can change. Even my mom, the other day, her washer and her dryer broke. And so we had to go to the store to go look at some more. And, and then it's like, now they even say, well, the washers and dryers are only meant to last like 5 years. If you get more out of that, it's like, Jesus Christ. It just, yeah, this is good for the planet. Yeah, just buy this stuff every couple of years because we're going to put plastic parts in it because we need to make money off of you suckers. So, anyways, and it just gets worse and worse. Pretty soon we'll be buying washers and dryers the last 6 months. And anyways, so when we were talking about that, and there's other brand that says that they last for 20 years or whatever. And so my mom said something about, well, I don't even know if I'm going to last another 20 years. And I said, you could go another 20 or 40. Like, people don't realize, like, you can go way, way, way longer. It's like we succumb, we give up, we surrender. And people don't see it. And I can see it so clearly, just like that woman being, when she was younger. She was, I don't know, I would guess like early 40s or something. The other lady with the gray in her hair, like, that's so hard to tell. Because then the next person who was behind me, so the cashier, she's just not letting it go. And the lady or the person comes in behind me. Maybe both of them said it. Well, look at that. That's full on white. So a guy came next in the line behind me, starts putting his stuff on. He has no idea what he's entering into. And his hair is full white. Beard, full white. Total Santa going. Only has long hair. So he's got a ton of hair. I don't know. Santa just can't wear a hat. I don't know what his hair situation was. Oh, yeah, he kind of had, like, longish kind of hair. But yeah, this guy, he could totally play as Santa. And the woman says something to him, like, she says that white hair is a mineral deficiency. I said, it is a mineral deficiency. You're deficient in copper. And he says to the cashier girl, well, I've had white hair since I was young. And I said, that's worse. And then I left. Because it's like, so you think it's not a mineral deficiency because you've had it a long time? Like, It's gonna be so crazy when people's minds all of a sudden start clicking in, and then they start being like, "What? You mean I have a mineral deficiency? So I could take these minerals?" Because the one lady at the end, she's like, "Yeah, well, we gotta just take vitamins. You know, it really has everything to do with how we eat. And there's so much good food available now in the United States. And I couldn't even. I was just like, I, we can't even go into this next conversation, or you're gonna be calling the people who drive the ambulances and the hear the straight jackets on me, because then she starts saying that we are so lucky in America to have such good food to choose from. Oh my God. And so, you know, all the good food is out there and available so that you can be healthy. You don't even need to take vitamins. You just got to eat right. And it's just like, oh, oh, yeah, um, well, it's a mineral deficiency. You do need to take minerals, so you do need to drink out of copper or eat off of cast iron, and got to make sure you take your magnesium, which magnesium, I guess, is easier to absorb because you can absorb a shit ton of it all day long. Maybe it's something like that we need all day long to keep us going or something. I don't know. But you can take that magnesium pills, but also the magnesium spray. You can take baths where you put magnesium flakes and absorb it into your skin and stuff. But then you're also absorbing the chemicals in the water. So it's like, and next that's what she'll probably been telling me. Oh, we've got the cleanest water. We've got totally clear water. And my oldest daughter just told me that my first husband called her yesterday and told her that he has the cancer. And I feel bad for him, you know, because he, when he was younger, well, when we got divorced and stuff, I don't know, he's got mental disorder of some sort. And, anyways, he didn't bond well with the kids. He was a very selfish outlook and stuff. So the kids never really bonded with him. And we got divorced when we were younger, and he tried to use them because he was like, I don't know, obsessed with destroying me or something. And so, I think also partially his parents wanted to spend time with the kids and stuff, but he was not. But that finds you old and alone, very old and alone. And so I was like, man, I mean, I'm sure he probably has friends and stuff, but you know, I don't know. When you get really sick like that, nobody gives a shit. Your kids aren't. I told her, I don't know if she's going to talk to him or not. And I said, just remember, you know, you have your boundaries and stuff, but, you know, tell him about the horse paste, because that can save people. Like, they keep going to the doctors and stuff, but they're just practicing on them. You got to go and take matters in your own hands and figure out what's working for people that the big farms aren't making money off of. What is it that the people are saving themselves on? And people just get caught up in their diagnoses. And one thing too, I was talking to my mom the other day, and she did have a big realization as well of like, yeah, people want to be sick. They want to have a diagnosis. They get empathy. They get, you know, where people are like, oh, that's so sad and stuff. But like right now, we've got so many sick people. Like half the world's sick. Like, how can you be getting empathy from everybody when everybody else is sick? And that's when people have got to start realizing, well, how are they getting us all sick? Like, you know, I don't know. I just think it's absurd where people think like we're all getting sick off of sneezing on each other and shit. It's like, and then you go outside and you look at the air and it looks like thickness. I remember when I was a kid and I moved from Texas and I moved to Southern California. So I was like 20 years old. And so that was like, I think it was like around 81 or 82 or something like that. And oh yeah, so it'd be like 81. And so moved over to Southern California. And what I couldn't believe was the air. like you could see, and they called it smog. They were just like, yeah, that's the smog. I was like, that is poison. Like, what in the hell? Your stuff shouldn't be lingering in the air like that. That's not good. Like, you're breathing in all this smog, and everybody just accepts it. Like, well, that's just the way it is. We're in California, man. And I was like, man, I had noticed it way back then, and now it's just like all over the place. It's like we're all out here breathing in this fog. I mean, it's called the fog now. And it's lower and it's dense. And now they've figured out how to move the smog in the fog. Let's have the smog travel through the fog, and let's make sure that we get everybody sick. And so I don't know. I've been making us sick for so long. So anyways, it's weird because it's just so much of a compliancy. So much of us just surrendering. So much of us like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we'll accept that. Yeah, we'll accept air we shouldn't be breathing while you tell us to focus on hairspray, cow farts, and you know, one thing too is I saw this video of this because the people who are really into the dragons, the mat, like there's a lot of offshoots of all the disclosure and information and what people focus on and rabbit holes and all over the place. But I've seen a lot of people on the dragons and giants and all that stuff. But so it's in Texas. It's on this map, and it looks like two dragons. It looks like a really huge dragon and a mom and a baby, like coming, like touching towards each other. And so, you know, I don't know if in their demise or whatever, and they fell to the ground like that or something, or if they were on the ground and something happened. I don't know. But it's like that they're kind of like facing each other like that. And this guy was talking about that they are going and they are draining. I don't know if they're saying like the dragons are alive, because there's a lot of people who say that dragons are alive and stuff. I just know everything's in different realms and stuff, and we're moving into these other realms. So it can be, you know, where these things that we thought weren't alive are alive. But I don't know if, you know, some things seem like remnants to me, like for us to know. But there's a lot of things that are going to be coming back. But I don't think that means there's going to be dragons everywhere. But there can be some places where there are dragons. And so anyways, this guy was saying that they are going in and taking their blood or something out of them and then selling it to us as resources. I can't remember if he was saying that that's where they're saying is gas or petroleum or something, or like I said, no, like that Himalayan salt. And then when you look at those Himalayan salt mines, it does look like you're Tron inside of a body. And so what they're saying that is giants that died, and then they are going in like a cave, like they're caverning into these giants, and then they are scraping out their like petrified muscles and all that tissue and stuff, and that's the salt, the Himalayan salt. So I don't know, it definitely, when you see those photos and stuff, it definitely looks like you're inside of a body. It definitely looks like when they take those big chunks out, it definitely looks like big chunks of muscle and stuff. So all I know is this place is way different than what we think it is. Way different than what most people think it is. Like, I always knew it was like a more magical place. But I don't know. Other people are just very limited in how they can see things or something. And so I think that's part of the programming and part of what people are here to break free from. So when you're seeing in limitation and stuff, this is, you know, this is a time of expansion, which I just saw Elon doing some. He's out there all over the place. But he said something about that he's an expansionist, and Gator is an extinctionist. And I was like, what a good thing to say, because like expansionist is somebody who just sees like possibilities. We can go here, we can go there, we can go everywhere. And extinctionist is all about control and stuff. Like he's a part of wanting to reduce it by 3/4 of the population and stuff. And then don't forget, his solutions are not good for us. And so, yeah, I wouldn't trust anything that extinction, but that was like, I thought that was really a good thing to get out there and say. And because it is a very, very different mindset, because one guy is all about like, oh, there's space, there's all this, we have every possibility. I mean, we could start, there could be groups of people who start going and living in kind of like, I don't know, kind of like a mothership or something. Like you could go out into the atmosphere and create a world inside of a ship and have a world. That's probably what the moon was a long while ago. It was probably a ship that was a place where people lived inside of it. That could be what this place is, for all we know. Is Earth is some kind of a like we think of a ship as being one thing, but it can be a container that a world is created inside, which, I mean, on one level, it is like that because we're like in this snow globe. We're like in this bubble. To me, it looks like we're in this bubble in the ocean. We're in this bubble of reality. And keep in mind that we're way, way down in the depths of the ocean in this bubble where it's dark and it is a lot of things that are mystery and hidden and scary. And so moving out of the depths of the ocean and moving up where there starts being more light, which is what we are in the process of doing. So more light is coming in, but for some people it creates more fear and confusion because they had made it peace with where they were. But now they're moving out of that and they're having to start seeing things that they hadn't seen before. And the more light that comes in, the more that you're going to see. And so we are moving in the ocean, like in the depths of the ocean in vibration, out of the depth of the darkness, and we are vibrating up towards the top, up towards the surface, say, where there's more light. And that is the kind of the micro macro concept of the what we're moving into and how we're moving out of the dark and into the light. And I'm not going to talk for a whole long time anyways. Maybe I'll do another one when I get up, but anyways, those just like those few things that I had been thinking about. What is it, Stella? What? I feel like I just want to go make some more tea and eat some more biscotti. And then I'll go in there and try and lay down on my freaking body while I eat. I gotta do some more stretching though. God, man. One thing too, my mom was talking about something, like how hard it is for her to, maybe to be low and to have to get up or something. It was something. And I didn't start being like, well, you got to go do your yoga. You got to do that. I didn't start doing that. But it made me think again, I need to say, is that is super important is to be able to do all that stretching and stuff. Because I was thinking there's a lot of people who would not be able to go in there and lay on the ground on the tent, on this concrete floor, and then get up and get out of the tent, which I just go up and I just stand up because I've strengthened my core and stuff so much. But you got to stay on top of that stuff. You got to stay where you can, crawl around and get on the ground and move around, like do things that you used to be able to do. The reason you can't do them is like because you're not caring or tending to your muscles properly. And you got to do a lot of stretching. And stretching, don't forget that promotes blood flow and strengthening and lengthening. And so doing the stretching is good for your muscles, but also doing movement, keeping blood flow going to them, keeping them strong is important. And then I say some resistance or calisthenics or something, to tighten the muscles and get them to work. They want to work. And so you have to work them. And that is how you stay a part of staying healthy and being able to move around. But as soon as you stop, like it's not long before you start getting stiff. You can't move around. You can't get up. You can't get down. You can't do this. You can't do that. So, anyways, it's important to keep in mind if you want to be able to keep on moving and doing things, then you got to keep on taking care of your muscles and taking care of yourself and stuff. So, anyways, I guess I gotta go see what this little lady is wanting. I was trying to think if there was anything else that was like, oh, I should have said that. There's always stuff when I get done that I'm always like, oh man, I forgot to say this, or I forgot to say that. I should have said this, I should have said that. But anyways, I just feel super excited that it's getting like this week. I hope that Starlink gets here and that I get more into, because I really like it so much better to just be able to go and talk and download it. And then, I don't know, because then it's just like, some of the people you can talk right then about what's going on right now or whatever. Even though I know that there's lots of people who don't watch them on the same day that they're done. But I don't know why. It just, I don't know. I just like that better. And I can talk and then just download it right away. So, anyways, let's look at my tooth though. So, look at that. Like, it's becoming so much less noticeable. And it's still tender. And it's just like the darkness just keeps filling in. And it goes through like, it goes like dark light, dark light, dark light. And it's like the fiber building itself back up, I think. So anyways, that's, I give that credit to the minerals too. I give all the credit to the minerals. And that, it's just important. And I may not even be taking enough, like, maybe more that I need to take, that I would see more improvement. But I'll tell you that definitely, that when I was having the leg cramps before and taking the Celtic salt, I've done that a couple times. I'm going to do some more of that too and see. Oh yeah, and I have my magnesium spray too, because that also helps with muscle pain and stuff. And it may not be any of the things I'm eating, like my body may be used to some of these chemicals. And I don't eat a bunch of like artificial food, even though like I do have some, like they're not granola bars, but there's some kind of breakfast brownie bar or something. And then I've got crackers, but all the stuff that they make, it can have anything added to it if you don't make it from scratch. So I don't know. I don't agree with that lady though. Again, America, we do not have the safest buzz food. We got food that you gotta be dodgy, man. It's like fucking, it's provided to us from the people who also provide the cures. So yeah, they want to get the cures out. So I don't think that they're putting the best products out for us. So anyways, that's just my opinion. And don't forget what we're doing here, because I'm telling you, it's what holds the value of your time, is learning how to love yourself, how to love everyone, and how to have a loving day, because it is totally up to you. So anyways, I'll talk to you later.